Yesterday was quite the day for me for a number of reasons, and most relevant to this video. Yesterday I got notified by my Google Photos about some pictures and videos I took a year ago, and they turned out to be pictures and videos from the first ever speech and prize giveaway I had in the village I teach. Watching the videos and pictures brought back so many memories, because that speech and prize giveaway was kind of the highlight of my teaching career because of the impact it's had on the community as a whole. And it's something I was hoping to do this year as well, but encounter happened. I came to Accra and I couldn't really carry out those plans. You know, in the village I teach and its surrounding villages, there's this thing that happens a lot of times. The parents see farming as an alternative to school, and there's one other thing they see as an alternative to school, which is the child learning a trade. And that's something that kind of really annoys me, because you see children as young as 6-7 years old, and the parent to take them to maybe a seamstress or a carpenter to go learn a trade at such a young age, instead of at them maybe coming to the school and getting some basic education. I have no problem with the students or the children in the village they're learning a trade, but I feel at least they should complete the JHS and then maybe have a certificate before they can learn a trade. But what happens is, because normally there are these young illiterate kids who have never stepped in school at those places, when those who go to school complete their BEC or SS, they see themselves as above learning a trade, because they were told, okay, so that you go to school or you learn a trade. So they go to school, they complete, and they see the trade as learning a trade as not really an option, and they just end up limbo in the community and end up getting pregnant, getting married. That's a whole other story. But in my time in the village, I've realized there's something that makes learning a trade appealing. That's the hairdressing or the sew. At the end of it, they do this grand opening or this grand celebration, kind of like a graduation thing for the child or the person who's learning the trade. And it's kind of really nice. And I've realized a lot of the parents see it's like, okay, it's very grand, and they would want their children to have that kind of experience for everybody to see that, oh, my child has learned a trade. It's kind of, they do it in a very grand, very interesting kind of way. And so when we had our speech and prize giving day last year, one thing we did was we celebrated the BEC graduates. We didn't have to do that because there were no students of my school, but then I saw it like, oh, when I went to the village, they were the first group of students I taught, and a lot of them dropped out, but then some managed to write the BEC, so I included them in our speech and prize giving day, and then we called them, we did some kind of great celebration. If you watch the video, you realize there were a lot of dancing. Most of the dance was around the BEC students and them graduating. I realized, okay, the reaction I got, or what followed, was a lot of the parents, they wanted to enroll their kids in school, because just like when they learn a trade, they are celebrated. For the first time, we celebrated the kids who go to school, so it kind of brought their interest to school, which I realized was kind of interesting, because going through the videos I remembered some of the interactions I had. So this year I didn't want to have the speech and prize giveaway, but then I've realized, okay, it's important for me to do it. So I'm planning on doing it. Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but then I would do it. I just wanted to do something small, but I realized, okay, if I want to encourage these parents or some of these kids to have interest in school, it has to be similar to what we did last year, or better than what we did last year. And so I'll need all the help I can get. I would need all the help I can get to encourage these parents or these children to see education as something worth celebrating or something worth taking pride in. I believe it's a good cause and something worth pursuing, and I can't do that without the support of the good people on the internet. So if you are willing to support us, please reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Nothing is too small, nothing is too much. And yeah, I'm also taking advice, because I'm kind of a novice in this stuff. So any recommendations, any advice, any support would be greatly welcomed and appreciated. And so let's get talking and let's make a positive impact.